Hey everybody, Lane here with Easter just a few days away and us doing church totally differently, all virtually, all via Facebook Live or Zoom or whatever you're doing to stream your services live. The question is, how do you make Easter engaging? How do you make it vibrant? How do you bring Easter to life, as it were, this Sunday, when typically this would be one of the two largest days of the year for churches, Easter and Christmas. Easter is one of the highest attendance days there is. Typically, it's because everybody who is a part of your church all show up on the same day. And so you get almost double the attendance in one Sunday. So Easter is like the Super Bowl of churches. And here we are, we're all meeting virtually via live internet feeds. And so how do you do Easter? How do you make it good? Well, that's what we're going to talk about in this video. And I've just got a few things to mention, a few pointers to give you that might help you get to thinking about what you can do to make Easter engaging. Now, you might be thinking Easter is just a few days away, and that's true. So hopefully you've already been planning on a lot of things, and I would love to know what those are. Be sure to put those in the comments and share with the rest of us. But every one of the things that I'm going to mention to you are things that you can implement between now and Sunday. They're not complicated. Remember, everybody's at home. Everybody is online, and so it's easy and quick to connect people in the ways that I'm going to show you in this video. Also, I would like to invite you to download my 21-day guide to creating killer sermons. If you go to preachingdonkey.com/21days, you can pick it up there. It's a great resource. As you got more time on your hands and you're at home or you're at your office and you're not doing the same things you typically do when church is all normal, it might be a great time to brush up on your sermon prep skills. And so this guide will help with that. preachingdonkey.com/21days. Also, be sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel if you want more content like this. All right, let's dive in. What are some unique things or some good things that you can do for Easter this year to get people engaged? The first thing is invites. You want to give people an easy way to invite their friends to attend your online service. The way we're doing this is we just made some social squares to share on Facebook and Insta and Twitter and different things like that, just to make it easy to put something in people's hands where they can share it onto their social media profiles and be able to invite people that way. It's a great way to get people to invite their neighbors, right? So if you're thinking about people in your church that have neighbors that maybe don't go to church and haven't been connected to a church during this situation that we're in with everything shut down, Easter might be the opportunity for those people who aren't currently connected to say, hey, I want to get connected to a church, so I'm going to attend virtually online with my friend who sent me this invite. So invites are number one. Number two, you might think about how can you involve more people in the Easter service. Now, one unique challenge that we have is that we're really not supposed to gather in groups of more than 10, and I know some cities are on far greater lockdown than others. So how can you do it virtually where maybe you can involve a lot more people? Now, for our church, we don't typically in a normal week at any of our campuses have a choir, what you would traditionally think of as a choir. But what we're doing for this week is we're actually going to have a virtual choir via Zoom. And so you've seen these all over social media, but we're going to have hopefully 100 or so people that will participate, and they'll all sing different parts, and we'll put it all together. We're doing this right now. And it will be a beautiful opener to our service, and it will involve lots of people that to this point maybe haven't been involved in the service yet. So for your church, if you had a choir and that choir hasn't been singing in your services because you've been doing everything online, maybe they miss it. It might be a good opportunity to engage them in a virtual way. They can each record their parts from their home, and then if you have someone who knows how to do this, to put it together and then show that on Easter Sunday, that could be really cool. That's just one idea, but think about how can you get people in your church involved this Sunday in a way that maybe they haven't been before. So the first thing is put tools in your people's hands to invite people to come to church. The second thing is ask, how can you involve more people in the Sunday service this week to kind of engage people? And how do you do that virtually? Number three, what materials or resources can you provide to your people to get ready for Sunday? Quick example, a couple things we're doing is just a guide, a devotional guide for families with young kids and a devotional guide for families with middle school and high school students. Just leads up to Easter, kind of helps the family to know what Easter is all about. We're also going to be doing communion virtually, everybody doing it in their homes. We're going to lead people through that on Sunday. So we have a guide to communion that we provided to families. And so those three things are just kind of what we're putting in people's hands that are unique to this week, that are unique to Easter. So what could you do? What could you provide for people in these coming days? Maybe it's a quick 3-day devotional that is Good Friday and Saturday and Sunday that kind of helps people kind of gather their thoughts and hearts and minds around what Easter is all about, the resurrection of Jesus. So just kind of think about what would it be for you. For us, we just decided on the guides and the devotionals and things like that. But there might be a way for you to resource your people during this time in a way that would be really cool for them. And then finally, number 4, community engagement. How can you involve yourself in the community? Now, typically at Easter, there's all kinds of ways to do this, right? There's egg hunts that you can host. You can do different things with the Easter bunny. You can just be in and around the community. But right now, nothing's happening in the community, okay? So we had to think as a church, what's happening in the community where we could still be a part of it, where we could still be present, and we could kind of cheer people up and be in the Easter mood. And so what we decided on is our local schools are doing food distribution. So the kids who, when school is in session, would normally get subsidized meals, the schools are providing food at different times during the day on certain days of the week where families can come in their cars and they give them, a few meals of food for their child. And so we thought, what if we go to the school and, we have these really cool Easter bunny costumes. So what if we get our Easter bunny to go over to the school, hold up a sign that says, Happy Easter from One Life or whatever, and just kind of wave at the kids, safe, social distance. It's, several yards away from them. They're staying in their cars. The Easter bunny's just standing out there waving. We got permission from the school, all that kind of stuff. But just a way to kind of be present in the community. And we can't hand anything out. We can't do pictures with the Easter bunny, nothing like what we'd normally do. But it's just a way to kind of be present in the community and engage them in a very weird time, right? A time where you really can't do so many things that you used to do. But for us, that's just where we landed as the most creative way to kind of solve this problem. What could it be for you in the coming days? Is there some way that you can involve your community? So just to kind of recap, right? The first thing is make it easy for your people to invite their friends, right? Easter is the time when people think about going to church. And even though in this case, they're not going to leave their home, make sure that your people know the link to send people, the time that it starts. Just make that very easy and help them share that with their people. Number 2, how can you involve more people? What are the things that you can do in your service that maybe it's a life change stories that people can tell. People can record it from their home and send it to you. Maybe it is, I know for us, we're doing a few baptisms. We're working out how to baptize people at their homes, record those and show those on Easter, and that will come with life change stories as well. It's going to be pretty amazing. Like I said, the Zoom choir type thing that we're doing. What kind of way can you take something that maybe the last few weeks has only been a certain number of people and expand it to make Easter a little bit more of a big deal? Number 3, how can you provide resources to your people to get them thinking about Easter, to get them in that mindset, in that heart set? How can you do? What can you provide to them? And then finally, number 4, how can you engage the community? What can you do? So those are just the 4 things that we've thought about that I just wanted to share with you to help you kind of maximize Easter, that even though it's virtual this year and even though it's online and everybody's at their homes, these are just some things that you can think about. Share in the comments what you're doing, and maybe if something in here triggered something in you that you want to do, let us know in the comments. Like I said, be sure to subscribe for more videos like this, and I will see you in the next one.